What is the biggest ethical problem in the world right now?
The most burning and also the most surprising ethical dilemma is that even democracy can produce ethically questionable outcomes, meaning that there are a number of political leaders who don't respect the human dignity, not the rule of law, and whose behavior is not respectful vis-a-vis the other citizens or other people. It's always very difficult to define what is polite behavior or what is respectful behavior. But if comparing current situation to the one where we were a couple of years ago, we had some sort of joint understanding, common understanding what is respectful behavior. But now this is not anymore the case. And even worse, bad behavior, unrespectful behavior vis-a-vis the other people seems to be very good election strategy for those who want to misuse behavioral or behavior in their political career. So having said all this, I still believe that in all the societies, there are a majority of people who are moderates, who wants to see respectful behavior from political leaders and who know what is right and what is wrong, and who still respect the human dignity and the rule of law, and who would like to see their societies based on public order. So what I want to promote and what I have been promoting in certain European countries is the revolution of moderate majority, because we have been too silent for too long. We are currently in a situation where the tail is waving the dog, and we have to stop this. We have to take the lead in our countries, in our societies, and say that enough is enough.
That is very, very good message. But yes, democracy is compromised in a way that, like you said, bad behavior is not proper behavior for humans. But what would be your message for professional communicators and journalists and researchers in these turbulent times that we are now facing regarding ethics?
Well, this COVID-19 crisis has been a very interesting example. Just before COVID crisis, traditional ethically driven media was questioned by many, by political leaders, but also by many ordinary citizens. But out of the sudden, when pandemic came to reality, we all started to see or watch TV news and read newspapers. What has happened, where the new Medicare is, or when the new Medicare is coming, etc. So the cold weather throw pigs back to the farm place, so to speak. And it meant that there is still very strong trust among the citizens vis-a-vis ethically driven media. And we have to fight for it, because freedom of speech, ethically driven media is a crown of human dignity and democracy.
Oh, I love those words. Thank you. How about yourself? What is the biggest ethical dilemma that you have faced in your long career as a public servant and a politician and whatnot? You certainly have seen a lot, and there has been dilemmas because ethics is not easy. It's everyday behavior that we choose to do something that we consider right or wrong. But what has been your moment of deciding this is hard?
Well, of course, there's been lots of surprises and there are lots of examples, but I must admit that probably the most interesting and at the same time quite scary example came from Russia, when they developed very professional way to interfere to other countries' political life. And now I don't only mean interfering technically to election processes, but also how you can manipulate people. So this is something where the technological power and human know-how combined is much more than what we have seen ever before. So this is quite scary at the moment, and it's not just as easy as sending messages from one country to another, but to influence people in another country to start conveying those messages. And combining artificial intelligence, use of data, and then very aggressive political messages, it's very poisonous cocktail.
Yeah, that is definitely a poisonous cocktail. How about yourself? What is your rule of thumb for your ethical evolution or ethical decision making? How would you
Well,
describe yourself?
I'm kind of a liberal conservative, liberal in values, but conservative in behavior. So it's not a rocket science. I would say uh, respect of human dignity, respect of rule of law, and polite or respectful behavior. So I have said aggressive things during my political career also, but I have known when I say something wrongly. so uh, I would like to take the world back to the situation where we still were, let's say, 10 years ago. It was relatively understandable in this political discourse. Of course, the other good things I would further develop, but in political discourse, I would take the world back some 10 years.
Okay. Thank you very much. And we see you in Helsinki on stage.
Certainly.
And that will be splendid. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.